Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Twin Stitches Designs podcast. My name is Julie, and I am the knitwear designer behind Twin Stitches Designs. Today, we are Wednesday, June 2nd, and it's just about 5 p.m. here. I'm coming to you from my home in East Coast, Canada. I'm so glad you are joining me today for another episode. I absolutely love sharing all my makes, what I'm knitting, what I receive in the mail, all the yarn, the projects, the designs. So I hope that you have your knitting ready, your beverage of choice, and we can jump right into what I've been working on. First off, I am wearing my Winter's Tree pullover. This was knit, I want to say last winter. I will link it below. It is one of my designs I knit out of my amazing friend Laura's Camp Fiber yarns. The dark blue is in her, I knew it, Mariana's Trench, and then the gray is her Tiramisu. So let me get up and show that to you. So it is absolutely beautiful, a full length body with a little sleeve with some very simple colorwork, and you can't see it too well, but there is a little texture in between the colorwork, and I just love this sweater. So it's knit in fingering weight, and you can find it in my Ravelry shop as well as Lovecraft. Since we last podcasted, I released my Oh So Basic sock collection. This full collection is available for $9 Canadian in my Ravelry. I was about to say my Ravelry group. It's available in my Ravelry shop. So this includes 3 amazing patterns from 3 different dyers. They are all knit top down with a afterthought heel. They all have some fun interest in them. And they are both designed as a single strand and double stranded knitting. So that means you hold your fingering weight single or you can hold it double. So the first pattern in this collection is Stripe for Days. Absolutely, I'll show you the nice side. Absolutely love this pair of socks. I knit this out of Polka Dot Creek yarns in their Love Note sock set. This one I knit double stranded. So you see it's a little bit thicker, really fun. Some cute interest at the heel and at the toes. You'll see a pattern with all of these 3 different patterns. They all have something fun at the cuff, at the heel, and at the toe. So they're all really fun and unique to that. So this was pattern number 1 in the collection. Pattern number 2 is Candy Sprinkles. I think I named them. Yeah. This one was out of Sweet Skein of Mine in her Daydreamer sock set. Again, with that fun detail up, with a full afterthought heel and some cute color work, and then at the toes. I actually have a full YouTube, I'm not going too much into detail, I have a full YouTube video going through each and every single one of them, explaining the whole collection, how it came about, each of the patterns. So if you are interested, I will hopefully link that down below as well, so you can go and check that out. Now, from the last podcast, this was actually a whip. I had knit the first sock, but I finished obviously the second one for the collection. So this is out of Camp Fiber yarns in her Mermaid Scales colorway, and I decided to name the pattern Mermaid Scales as well. Really fun, cute little detail here. This one is made with some mosaic knitting. Again, definitely check out that YouTube video and it will be very informative, but you can go and grab the sock collection so you get all of these 3 patterns for $9 Canadian. And I just want to thank every single one of you for all of your purchases of that club. You guys blew me away with your support of the club. Thank you so much. It meant everything to me. So thank you. And you can always grab it at that price. But if you want to make sure you're on my newsletter, not to miss out on any pattern releases and special promotions, definitely get on that. I will link it below. I finished the one sock that we had for the Patreon, so I still need to cast on the second one, but I did finish the one sock that I was almost at the toe in the last podcast. So this is in Less Traveled Yarns in the Aspen colorway, which is on her 57 sock, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams. So this, as I explained on the last podcast, is a pair of socks that I am knitting and designed with my Patreon members. This knit along is going on till the end of June, so you have time to join in if you want. And this pattern is free to them and will be available for purchase once we finish our knit along. It's so much fun. I absolutely love how it designed and knit up. So here's the yarn. I have not cast on the second one yet. I'm doing the 1 week sock knitting challenge with Denise of Earth Tones Girl, and I'm focusing on that, and then after that this will be on my needles, the second one. So this is it. I have this in a bag by Stephanie of the Creative Knitter. Absolutely love her bags. This is the little sock bag that it was in the last time as well. So hoping to get this one cast on, the second one cast on by next week, and then that'll be done by hopefully the next podcast. All right. Next finished object is actually something you haven't seen because we are in the 1 week sock knitting challenge. I host this. I started last year and then I've continued this year. It's just a challenge that we do for ourselves. It's not against anybody else, where we try to knit one pair of socks in a week. For me, this time around, I am knitting up hopefully 2 pairs of worsted weight socks in a week. I've had this yarn in my stash that We Are Knitters sent my way for me to try out, and it is called their Murray Fine. It's 100% merino wool, but it has a really nice high twist to it. So I think it'll be really, really nice in a pair of socks. And I decided to start, and I actually finished the first pair. So this is actually going to go to Eric. It is in their gray, and I have to say I'm obsessed with the Murray Fine. It knit up beautifully. I absolutely loved it. So I decided just to do a normal heel flap and gusset for this, a 2x2 rib. And I am going to write up the pattern and have it in my Ravelry shop. It might even be like for free or for $1 or something. So that's this pair of socks. Completely done. And I'm hoping to cast on mine tonight or tomorrow. My shoulder's been hurting a little bit, so I may cast that on tomorrow. The deadline for it is that you cast on a pair of socks on Sunday, and you have it done in your time zone, 11:59 p.m. Saturday night. So you have 1 week to start and finish one pair of socks. It can be any weight. It could be any yarn. It could be anything you want, any pattern, vanilla, whatever. It's just for fun. I'll put the hashtags below if you want to join. It's over on Instagram. There's nowhere to sign up or anything. You just join in and join the fun of trying to knit up a pair of socks in a week. So I started these on Sunday, and we are Wednesday. And I finished these this morning. So it took obviously less than a week. So I'm really hoping with mine it'll be smaller because these are size for Eric. I knit 1 inch less on the foot than him. So potentially could go faster. And then when I'm done this one, I will put up some photos and put up a pattern for it for some worsted weight socks. I forgot to mention I knit these on my Knit Picks Prism interchangeable needle set. On a US 5. So these really went by super fast compared to a fingering weight. And I have to say as well, I absolutely love worsted weight socks and DK weight socks. It's not usually been something I gravitate towards, but I think it's from watching Molly of the Homespun House. She's knitting up so many DK weight socks. I am obsessed, and I'm like, I need those in my life, some fun DK weight socks, because it'd be fun, it'd be easy. Also, I think they're super comfortable. Like when I was knitting this sample up, I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, how comfortable are these going to be to wear? Like when I am super cold, especially in the East Coast Canada, I'm in New Brunswick, it gets really cold here in the winter, and I can just imagine myself snuggling up on the couch and putting on especially like these wool socks and just be super comfortable. And what I love about this, it's extremely soft. It's not scratchy wool or anything. So I just think that it's going to be perfect addition to my sock. It's pretty much a sock cubby at this point. There's just so many pairs of socks. But if you're keeping tally, this one is for Eric for his box of socks. So his box of socks is growing. I think we're going to be able to hit our goal for this year. I think once I get halfway in his box, I'll do like a recap and maybe like a fun YouTube video on going over that. This, I am just having it in my Daisy Girl company bag that Sherry gifted to me last year. I know it's Christmas. Peekaboo bag is my favorite, and I love having it. I love being able to see it, and it's just really fun. I especially love that there's a huge handle. Right now I need that to travel around, so especially that it's just vanilla knitting. I'm able just to have this around my wrist and kind of bring it around with me and knit. So that is just perfect for me right now. My exact brain space that I need. The last project that I completely forgot to show in the last podcast was finished, and I actually just released the tutorial yesterday. I have a brand new colorwork tips and tricks video on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go over and check it out. It is not a full YouTube video on how to knit socks, since I already have how to knit socks cuff down and toe up with magic loop. This one is all about colorwork. So this pair of socks was knit out of Knit Pick Stroll in Treasure and White. It was done on the last podcast, but I just completely forgot to show it to you all. So you see that this fun colorwork. In the video, I share with you how to carry your floats. I share with you all of my tips and tricks on colorwork. It's kind of given in the name, but I hope that you enjoy it, and it gives you a little bit of push to try colorwork if you haven't done so already. You can also find this pattern for the sock free on my blog, so that is twinstitchesdesigns.com, and you can find the full written out pattern for you there for free. So like I said, I will also have my Knit Picks affiliate link if you would love to go shop some Stroll. I really do love it for socks and sweaters and everything. Stroll is amazing. So here's what I have left of the first 50-gram ball. And I will eventually cast on the second one. It's not in any rush because it's just going to be a pair of like little shorty socks for me. I'm not in any rush. I should say that I knit this on 2.25 millimeter needle, or 2.5 millimeter needle, cast on a 2x2 rib, did a afterthought heel, and that's about it. This one is in a bag from Mrs. Cassiopeia K, which is super duper cute. And the last project that I'm working on, I did make a ton of progress compared to the last time, is my test knit that I'm doing for Vincent of Design by Delz. This is a sweater that I'm making for my husband out of Knit Pick Stroll Tweed. I have this in a bag by Stephanie of The Creative Knitter. This is her medium size bag. And my yarn is a little bit of a mess, which is no surprise. But I'm knitting this out of Knit Pick Stroll Tweed in the North Sea Heather, which is the first colorway. And it's 65% fine superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and 10% Donegal tweed. And here is where I am at. So the last time I had not joined in the collar, and I am about a few rows from adding on the marled, which will be the second color. It's so difficult to show because there's over like 300 stitches on my needles at the moment. But you guys, I made some crazy progress on this. Like I was maybe about here from the last time. So I knit all of this, joined it in, and I'm about 2 inches away from splitting the sleeves, which I can't wait. Like I think I need to get to like over 380 stitches before I split for the sleeves. It is just ginormous, but I'm loving it. It's So fun. I love the design. I love how classic it's going to be. I hope he absolutely loves it and it fits. That's going to be my biggest worry, but it should. So I'm knitting this on Knit Picks Prism, US 8, yeah. Let me. Really love the Knit Picks Prism. They're super fun. They're really nice. They're really pointy. Really, really love them. I've been obsessed with them lately. But yeah, so I am hoping by the next podcast to split for the sleeves. This is kind of my project in between. So before I started these, because I could only cast this on Sunday, I was working on this sweater because I was not allowed to cast on anything before the deadline, before it started. So I was working on that. But I just absolutely love how Knit Picks Stroll Tweed knits up. I should mention I am holding the yarn double. I dropped a stitch right here. I'll pick it up later. It's no big deal. But I just love Knit Picks Stroll Tweed is crazy soft, is durable. I actually knit a sweater for myself a few years ago, maybe 6-7 years ago, and it's still one of my most worn sweaters. I've never defuzzed it yet, and it still looks amazing. So next podcast goal will be for me to split for the sleeves for this sweater and have like the marled and start on the third color. I'm so excited. I love it, and I love that it's going to be a relaxing knit. The rest of the body is just going to be stockinette, so that is perfect for me to bring around. Again, this handle, even drawstring, I don't mind just putting it around. But for me, drawstring or a handle is a must because I bring my bags around, so definitely love that. And you guys, that's it for what I've been working on. I have been just finishing off everything. I couldn't believe how fast these went off of my needles, and I literally, like I said, I just finished it earlier today. I've not been able to cast on the second pair of socks just because it's been a beautiful day outside here, and I've been enjoying it outside with the girls. We had the water table out in the little tiny round kiddie pool, so we just enjoyed it. Tonight, I'm not sure if I want to start that. My shoulder's been hurting a little bit. I may take a night off of knitting and just kind of relax with my hubby, or just edit this podcast, which will probably happen because I want it out to you guys ASAP. But I do have a few things that I want to get on my needles, and I'd love to show you kind of those projects. So next up is I asked you guys on my last podcast what skein of yarn I should work for my 30 minutes of knitting to calculate how long it would take me, and I couldn't get self-striping out of my head. I think the self-striping was just going to be something that I think would go faster for me, and I have been dying to try Nicole's yarn. Nicole is Nicole C. Mendez. And this is her colorway Daphne on her soft sock, which is 80% virgin wool, 20% nylon, 437 yards. She has beautiful self-striping yarns. And I had to cake this up. I mean, come on, you guys. Isn't this just stunning? I can't wait to cast this on. After the 1 week sock haul is done, this is getting on my needles for some fun plain vanilla knitting. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's just gonna be, yeah, I love it. So this is gonna be my 30 minutes of knitting in the morning, where I am trying to time myself how long it takes me to knit a pair of socks. I told Kay, of the Crazy Sock Lady, I'm like, I'm challenging you. Like, I am going to try to beat your time. Very jokingly, and I do not think I can. She finished hers in about 4 hours and some. I don't think I could knit that fast. I know I knit fast, but I don't know if I can finish a sock. So, not a pair of socks in 4 hours. One sock. We'll have to see. I will be timing myself and seeing from there and keeping you guys all posted. I will definitely update you on my Instagram. For right now, I just have this in my Knit Picks yarn bowl, which this one is the two-tone, and I love that they have their fun logo. These yarn bowls are amazing and I love them. Love, love, love their yarn bowls. The next project that I want to cast on is going to be this beautiful sock set from Vida Lifestyle, which, oh my gosh, come on. So this is chamomile and lemongrass sock set. Isn't this just stunning? So this one is going to be part of a club. That is all I'm going to mention. It's going to be part of another club, and I can't wait to share more details. I just love her speckling. Absolutely love it. So it is on her Vida Classic sock, which is a 80-10-10, which 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. 400 yards. I did not know that there was cashmere in here. I think there's such a high twist. Like any texture or lace or cables would look amazing in this because of that high twist. Just beautiful. So this is going to be on my needles very, 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 very soon because I can't wait. The next one that I want on my needles, I am thinking of casting this skein of a homespun house, but holding a double-stranded, kind of like to mimic a DK to worsted weight socks, depending on my gauge. So this is in her soft sock fingering, which is her It's Friday, I'm in Love, on her 75-25. So 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It's coming a little bit undone, but that's okay because I'm going to be skeining it up soon. I love how soft it is, and I just think that it's going to be such a squishy pair of socks, and they're going to be perfect. And this is kind of just me knitting it and just having some fun DK socks. Just absolutely love that. And then I have her fun bag that she had so generously gifted. So I'll put my little project in there, and that'll be a fun little project for me to do, dreaming of the fall and winter, because I am completely a fall girl, and I want to do the same thing as I'm doing for my husband, having a little cubby of socks, but I want them in DK. I want a full drawer of DK weight socks ready for the fall and winter. Yep. I'm telling you guys here, which means that I have to do it. Okay, so that is it for my, oh no, I'm lying. If you did not see, I posted a huge haul on my IGTV on Instagram of Hobbie's yarn. I did a full unboxing of their new unicorn solid line to go with their speckles, and I'm planning to do, some fun sweaters for the girls. So I have these two combinations out because these are the two that I've been dying to work with the most. This one is colorway, which colorway is this one? Number 6 in their speckle, and the bottom one is color number 9. And these go so well together. It's so ridiculous. It's beautiful. And then the next color combination that I'm dying to cast on, so this one is color number 2, and the yellow is color number 19. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put their link below. I do know that the unicorn speckle is a lot sold out. They are planning on coming back with more and restocking soon. I will keep you guys posted on that. But these are the ones that I have. I'm thinking of doing some fun sweaters for the girls, maybe striped sweaters. Not 100% sure, but I do know that I want to knit these up into little sweaters and then use the leftovers for some socks. I think it would just be a lot of fun. Never know, I might even make them cute little socks out of the leftovers, but I just absolutely love these colors together. And last but not least is acquisitions. You guys know how much I love Laura of Camp Fiber Yarns. So we were chatting and I was looking for more men neutral colors. We were thinking about doing like kind of a fun lit along with the Musselburgh hat. And I just could not resist these two beautiful colors. So this one right here is called her Dark Tiramisu. and this one is called Whispering Woods. They are both in her Vibrant 80/20, which is a 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So this one, oh, by the way, I skeined these up, so if they look awful, it's all on me. So this is her dark tiramisu, which is so stunning. I love Laura's yarn. It's so beautiful. Just love it so much. And this one is her Whispering Woods, which is more of a brown and really, really pretty. There may be a DK weight yarn of this color coming to me from Laura. Maybe. I just love it so much. So these eventually will be some Musselburgh hats, I think. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. I wanted some more neutral colors so that I could make them and anybody could just grab them and go. The next package that I received was so generously gifted to me by my friend Natalie of Blush Yarns. And it is 2 colorways that there is no name yet. They're both 75/25 and they are 420 meters per 100 grams. And they are beautiful. They're so summery and so beautiful. I think this one's going to have to be a pair of socks very, very, very soon. Maybe even double-stranded, I think would be beautiful. So here's her logo. Just so pretty. She has stunning yarn. I love Natalie and Natalie's yarn so much. This one is so bright and orangey and just really pretty. So thank you so much, Natalie. So I just finished filming the podcast and completely forgot to share this with you all. So my grandmother, I call her Nanny, and she passed away, I want to say maybe 5 years ago. She was a knitter herself and actually did so much. She knit, she dyed her own yarn, she needle felted, she did everything. This woman was so amazing. She taught me how to bake, she was our babysitter growing up. My mom worked part-time, and she would come and look after me and my brother. And I've always wanted something from kind of like her knitting days or any of her projects and things. And my mom actually gave this to me the other day and said that my grandmother used to do like the needle rug hooking. And let me show it to you. It's in a little bit of rough shape, but my grandmother made this. And she actually, believe it or not, even dyed the yarn herself, rug hooked it herself, did everything. And for the most part, it's an amazing shape. But then right here it starts where this color is completely gone. It starts to unravel right here. Here it actually came undone and there's a hole. Right here there's color missing. But except for that, it's in pretty good shape. So my mom gave this to me because she knows how much it just means to me from my grandmother. And I have never rug hooked before. It's not something I know how to do. But I debated doing something with it. So if you are a rug hooker and know anything about this, please let me know down below. But my plan is to salvage all of these beautiful, all of them up to here. Potentially cut this string here and have, oh, this is way better, Julie. Have all of these 4 full rows as hanging. And I may even professionally get it framed. And These, there's some that are absolutely perfect. I'm debating cutting them and somehow making them into coasters so that I could give them to my brother and we could also have some because they're in perfect condition. I'm scared if I start trying to fill in this that it'll look wonky, especially where there's a hole here. It's not going to be the perfect colors. Like this is over 50 to 60 years old and it's still in incredible condition. So that's why I'm thinking of cutting it and then getting it professionally framed to have in my yarn room to remember her by, and putting the other squares into coasters so that I can give them to the family to keep some family heirlooms. Let me know, has anyone done that? Are there any resources out there for me? I do not want to ruin this beautiful, beautiful rug that she made. I definitely want to preserve it as much as possible. Do you guys have any other ideas? I thought about a wall hanging, but because, like I said, it's not in the best condition, it's all coming undone here. I just want to know what you guys would recommend would be the best approach for me to do with it, because it means so much to me. She meant the world to me, so I definitely want to keep this in the family as much as possible. And yeah, let me know down below. I would really appreciate your opinion and what you would do, but that's what I was kind of thinking, was to hang it and then use the other ones as coasters, just to at least have, and then I could give some to my brother so he could also have a memory of her. And yeah, so let me know down below, and I'd appreciate all of your opinion and your help. And I think that's it. So thank you so much for checking out the podcast. I hope you really enjoyed this. And that's it for all of the yarn. But what's been going on, we have just been enjoying the weather. It's been getting a little bit warmer here. Today it was 24 degrees, which was so hot. And we just spent so much time outside, me and the girls, and I absolutely loved it. I've been doing the 1 week sock cow, but I have noticed anytime that I push myself a little too much, my shoulder automatically starts hurting, and it's just kind of an all over the place thing. So that's why I think I'm taking off tonight of knitting. I might take a nice warm bubble bath and just relax a little bit. Except for that, we went to the zoo this weekend. I have a full vlog on that on my Patreon group. It was so much fun to see the girls at the zoo, and we went with other multiples families. We have a Facebook group which is in our area for the multiples, so people who have twins, triplets, and more. And they had a special event for us this weekend, all social distance, and we had to book our time slots. There was only amount of limited people, but it was just absolutely amazing. The girls had a blast. They just really enjoyed. They'd never been to the zoo. It's just not something I support too much, but I'm not going to get into that. But we definitely wanted to go. This was the first event that we could do out of our home and actually go see other people, but still at a distance. So if you want to go check out that vlog, it's over on Patreon. And yeah, we just had a really good blast and a fun time, and just, yeah, really enjoyed it. So I think that's it. I'm just going to go snuggle the girls, and then when we put them to bed, I'm going to take a nice bubble bath. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do tonight. I might start watching Harry Potter again. I've been watching them and just really enjoying sitting and knitting. And yeah, but again, you guys, thank you so much for checking out the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. And if you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. It just shares with other people and shows them and shows me that you love it. So thank you so much, and I hope that you have an amazing day. As always, everyone, happy knitting. Until next time.